Guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Software Inc. Alpha 9. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because the folks here at Nerdresoft Studios, well, they're working hard. They're doing what they have to do. Currently working on Wave 5, which is due for release in December of 1998. We are designing Plane Tricks World, which doesn't currently have a release date. And then there's Nbox Mobile, the mobile operating system, which we're going to quickly review there, because I'd kind of like to see how that's going. Whilst all that's going on, of course, we are marketing Plane Tricks Online and Nbox OS. Nbox OS wasn't really doing amazingly, but that's probably fine. Nbox Mobile currently sitting at 7 out of 10. Not bad. The code could be better, though, so we're going to sit on that until it is about a 10 out of 10, hopefully. As for Plane Tricks Online, I actually want to have a quick look at that. If we sort by release date here, Plane Tricks Online has made a pretty good profit, has sold 145,000 units, and does have 109,000 units still in stock. Are we currently printing? Well, we are now. We weren't printing it before, but that's totally fine. Nbox OS has a lot of units in stock. It's probably not going to sell them. So we're gonna go ahead and I think we can probably stop printing Nbox OS. That was a little bit of a disappointment, Nbox OS. I'm a little bit disappointed it didn't sell, but that's probably fine. It's probably fine. Nbox Mobile should be totally fine. I mean, Nbox OS, what? It was great. That's annoying. That's really annoying. It didn't even sell 100,000 units. Wave 4, a mediocre audio tool that came out 2 years after its predecessor, sold 362,000 units and made £21 million. That's just, it's just gutting. It's heartbreaking is what it is. But with that said, I do have faith that Nbox Mobile will be a bit better. The idea, of course, is that we will release Nbox Mobile and then go ahead and release just a whole bunch of things for Nbox Mobile as well. It is worth keeping in mind that we probably could have helped Nbox to sell a little bit if we were to go ahead and release, say, a 2D editor, a 3D, basically anything. If we released anything for Nbox OS, it would probably be okay. So what I'll do, actually, is take a moment and go ahead and say, hey, let's sort this by release date. Let's go ahead and put out antivirus software for Nbox OS. We might as well. We'll give it everything that it can possibly have. It's going to use Nerdresoft Vision 2. And it's going to be a follow-up to Bug Blocker, which is just going to be Nerdresoft Bug Blocker 2. We'll make it £75 exactly. It is going to be on the hosting server, developed on the dev server. And I honestly feel, I mean, admittedly, that is a consumer reach of 49,000, so I think I will add it to some other things as well, such as Next Slide 3. Oh, wow. This 1992 Tiger X3 with 4.8 million. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let me select from there up to there, and that gives me a range of 12 million, 13 million potential customers. Not bad. It is going to take more than a year to develop, but I'd say that's probably okay. So I'm going to give it to Dev A and Dev B. We are going to just develop it. We're going to hope that it's good. And I mean, if it takes more than a year, that's fine. Like I said, if it takes more than a year, that's fine. If we can make a good antivirus software here that sells to 12 million people, then that's totally fine by me. It's £75 as well, so 12 million times 75 is, well, a considerable amount of money is what we'll call that. This is currently sitting at great. Can we get it to outstanding? No, we cannot. We're going to get it there once oh no, everybody went on vacation. Fair enough. We can't keep up with support for Plane Tricks Online. That's worrying. That is genuinely a little bit worrying. Let's go ahead and, come on, can we promote this, please? I mean, it's already outstanding, but there we go. Promote it, and we are going to get working on that. I would like to set Nbox Mobile to be the priority, though, just because that's gonna be a very important thing to do. I also realized that, technically speaking, Plane Tricks is being developed by sort of everybody. So everybody is working on multiple things, and I'm feeling like I do want to maybe shift that up a little bit and maybe get the game devs working solely on things like this. So I think the Dev A can maybe come off this. I think Dev B might want to come off of this as well. Just because the point of the game dev team was that they were going to be just doing everything. So I kind of want to shift things up there and just have it so the game devs are working on plain tricks. I think that's fair, because Dev A and Dev B have enough work as it is. You know, they're working on Bug Blocker 2, they're working on Nbox Mobile, they're also working on Wave. You know, they're still working on the Wave software, so we probably want to get a bigger team of people, to be honest. Which we could absolutely do. We could go ahead and clear some of these parking lots and get another building out there, but at the moment, I don't know if we need to. I mean, we have the money to do it. We absolutely do. I just don't know if we need to do it. I mean, if we look at our profits, it was, you know, it's on average in the last 6 months, it's been £3.2 million. So I'd say we're doing okay on that front. But, yeah, I'm still tempted, I guess, is the gist of it. I'm still very tempted to expand despite not desperately needing it. We could expand into that small space there, because I do think I do own that land. So what if we were to make a building there that is specifically for the game devs? I feel like that's definitely an option. So let's give it a shot. What size would it be? It would be that size, which is 16. It's 24 by 16. Sure, let's do it. So there's a building, bloody big building at that, but it should do the job. I do believe this is actually right in the middle of it, so that's totally fine. Let me go to this tool and make sort of a little entranceway just there like that. And I'd like to just make it a little bit fancier at the sides, sort of like that. And also a little bit like that as well. There we go. So we'll just go ahead and merge those into one room. And honestly, this is just going to be a fairly simple space, because it is supposed to be it is just solely a sort of dev room here. So if I do that and I do that as well, that's basically just going to be the 3 spaces that we need. We can get the programmers in the middle. We can get, or designers in the middle, maybe. Artists and programmers or something like that. I don't think it needs to be much more than what we're looking at here. We can go ahead and get sort of a nice big glass door there and there and there. We can get a glass door there, but the lamppost is sort of going to be in the way. So I'm thinking we put a glass door there and there with a bunch of tall windows in that middle bit as well. And then we can do some windows sort of like this, the whole way around here, just to have this whole space be nice and bright. And I like the idea of that. I think that'll be kind of interesting. I also kind of like the idea of making this building look a little bit more interesting. So what I'm thinking we do is we can sort of go like that, and sort of go like that, then delete that bit. So we kind of have that little cutaway there. I know it makes no sense, but I just think it looks a little bit more interesting having these little cutaways in the building like that. Because then we can have the upper bit sort of, you know, go above those. So it just looks like pillars or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud a little bit. I'm just trying things, just trying to make things look kind of fancy. Because I don't just want one big square building. So do something like that, delete that, and delete that one as well. And I like it. I do, and I think that'll be an interesting little space to put some windows into. We could do these wide windows in those spaces, which looks all right. I mean, it doesn't make the most sense to have a big old window in there, but it still lets some natural light in, which I think is fairly important. Then what we can do is go and have some of these tall windows here as well. So what I'm thinking is maybe something like this. And the same at the back of the building as well. Okay, so that is the building currently. My idea is that the 2 lighter blue floors are going to be for development. So designers, artists, programmers, and designers, artists, programmers. And I'm thinking that that might be useful for either 2 teams working simultaneously or 4 teams working alternatively, basically. In that we would have 2 teams coming in and working the usual kind of like 8 until 4, then another team coming in working 5 until midnight. And what we would or another 2 teams coming in working that. So 2 teams would be working in these 2 different floors from, like I said, 8 until 4, then 2 more teams come in and working those same floors the rest of the day. Up here, I'm thinking maybe 2 more meeting rooms and then like a canteen kitchen combo here. Then up here is just going to be another server room. So I think that might be a pretty good way to lay things out here. So let's go ahead and, I guess, start figuring out the layout here, since we do have some pretty weird shapes going on. I'd kind of want to go for something fairly open plan, I guess. I do want to go for the glass tables, because they're a little bit more fancy, and this is going to be the game dev lot in here. So we'll go for something like that, which will be good for 6 employees. Then if we just sort of double this up a little bit, like so, we can get... why am I doing this, actually? I've just realized it would make a lot more sense if I were to delete all of that, then set up sort of just one block of desks and computers and chairs, and then just clone the whole thing over and over again. That really would just make so much more sense. So if I do that kind of thing, I can go and put the chairs into the spots that they need to be in, which is going to be like that. We actually do have the 90s computer and the laptop available at the moment. And the laptop's not quite as powerful, but that's, yeah, I'm not going to be using it for that reason. Let's see. So why can't I... Oh, that's not a computer that I've selected. So computer there, and there. And the same with this side as well. I do need to remember to go and upgrade all of the computers, and I'm absolutely going to guarantee that the comments in these videos for the last while have probably been something along the lines of, why haven't you upgraded your computers, you dum-dum? And my answer to that is going to be, I may have forgotten, basically. My bad. So you'll have to forgive me for that one. But there we go. That's room for 12 artists on that team, which is kind of making me think that it might be a better idea to go ahead and just have one big team in here, but we'll see. I do want to change up the furniture color on those to be like a kind of dark red, so it contrasts or it complements the walls. It doesn't necessarily contrast them at all. We'll get some lights in here. We'll get 2 by the door. We can get a group of 4 in there. And we can get another group of 4 just in there, and another 2 over there. Very, very bright. Very bright indeed. But that should be okay. I've also realized this room up here could probably do with being a, not just a server room, but also a space for air conditioning. So if I was to put a wall just across there, I could go to temperature and get a couple of air conditioning units for this building. So, unfortunately, it does mean I'm going to have to get rid of some of these windows, but that'll be totally fine. We'll get an air conditioning unit there and also there. Then we're going to need to get ourselves a door for about that spot, and that should be fine, really. That should be totally fine. We can go back to temperature. We do have things like the central heating, which will heat up entire buildings. Is this... What's the better option here? So central heating heats up the entire buildings, optimal heating for 375 meters squared. And this will cool down the entire building. Okay. So if I wanted to add this to like that spot and that spot, we still need to deal with varying temperatures in here. So I would assume, yeah, those 2 radiators definitely do the job. Okay, so that seems like a good layout for that room. I do think adding some things to decorate the place might be a good idea. So a couple of like cacti about the place, maybe a couple of tabletop plants. We can also get some bookcases, I think. I know we can add one there, and we could certainly add one there as well. I do also think adding some, like adding a water cooler outside of this room might be a pretty good idea, actually, because, you know, we're going to have a kitchen canteen thing upstairs, but a couple of water coolers there certainly aren't going to hurt. The other good news is I can go ahead and select every item of furniture in that room. I can duplicate it and then just dump it up here, which is incredibly useful. Makes my life so much easier if I can just do that. There we go. So that's 2 art studios basically done there. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for the programming and the design studios then. And now all of the furniture is in here. It took a while to do, but yeah, it's certainly in. We don't have anything on these floors yet, and we do have the servers up here as well as a lot of air conditioning and those things there. So that's pretty good looking. We have room, I believe, for 24 artists. We have room for, if I select all of these computers, 42 designers and 42 programmers. So that's a pretty hefty team. Basically, that is a really hefty team right there that we could have working on games is kind of my thinking. We could have just this giant game dev team. The thing is though, I'm thinking it might actually make more sense to kind of dedicate this building to the kind of primary dev team A, because it's all well and good having, you know, a bunch of really good game devs in here. But I'm not entirely convinced. I've also realized that I have in fact changed the color of this room here, which is a bit interesting. Yeah, I don't really like that strip of kind of dark down the middle there. Can I just unify the styles there for a second and then change the interior walls on this? So the interior walls here are just going to be sort of a yellow color. Then I'll just unify up like so. So unify all those, and that's totally fine. In fact, it might be an idea to just unify these places as well. Yeah, I like that. That looks totally fine. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I realize I have made a mistake. This one was supposed to be darker. Okay, let's just, let's go back and unify those, just like that. And then I'd like to unify these ones as well, just like that. There we go. Anyway, the point I'm getting at is that it might make more sense to just massively expand Dev Team A so that Dev Team A can work on Nbox Mobile and all that a lot quicker. And then what we can do is dedicate this building to the game devs. Because Dev Team A currently works on both floors. But if I was to say that, I mean, hell, I could even just expand Dev A and Dev B across these 2 floors. And then, yeah, give game devs and customer support and marketing this entire building. I kind of like that idea. So let me pause for a second and say that this entire floor is going to be given to Dev Team A. This is going to be for artists. This is going to be for programmers, just like so. And this is going to be... No, that's the team's selection. This is... No, that's delete the room. This is going to be for designers. So that should be fine. Which means I should be able to go to these rooms and say that they are going to be available for... Okay, that didn't work. Select the 3 rooms and say that that room is for anyone, I do believe. Can I say that? Anyone? Yep. And then the team is going to be not specifically Dev A. Then the same story is going to be told with these rooms here, because that is going to be for anyone, and it's not going to be for neither Dev Team A or B. So those 2 teams have been kicked out of their old rooms, which is totally fine, because this is now Dev A artists and all that. This floor is, like I said, going to be Dev B. So both teams are going to be massively expanded, which I think is probably a really good idea, because it means that they can both work. I mean, admittedly, Dev Team A and Dev Team B are working alternate hours. I think we can change that up a little bit. But I like this as an idea. I like having, you know, both teams there as independent teams, because it also means that I can say, hey, Dev Team A, you work on this while B works on something else. You know, A can be working on an operating system and B can be working on software for that operating system. So I think that's going to be a pretty good idea. So both teams, I do believe, will eventually move off to the new building, which is certainly exciting stuff. I do need to expand both teams as well, because we currently don't have as many people as possible per team. So Dev A, for example, if we look at sorting by roles, we have currently got 13 programmers, which means we should have 13 designers. No, we have 12 designers. That's interesting. Oh, no, did I select me in that as well? Programmers, yeah, no, there's 13 of them. Okay. Then we have 12 designers, and we have 11 artists. So we can get one more artist, I do believe. How many was it again? It was 21 in these rooms, I think. So if I select the computers and select all that furniture, 21. So we can have up to 21 programmers and 21 designers, and we can get one more artist. So if I was to go to here, we'll search for an artist that can do audio, for example. We will get all of this cranked up like so. We're going to be looking for Dev A. We're looking for great compatibility. You're 41 years old with 82%. That's fine. You're 38 with 86, though. So you are going to be hired to... No. That was not the button I was looking for. You are going to be hired. Then if we go to Dev A, you are going to be set on any job at the moment. We'll set you to artist. And then what we need to do is just get everybody else. So up to 21 programmers means we are going to need 8 more of them. And I do believe that means we're going to need 9 more designers. Yes, it does. Okay, let's max out Dev Team A. Oh, there we go. There's Dev Team A coming into work. That's a lot of people. I'm also pretty sure a lot of them are off to a meeting. Yeah, gonna need to get some meeting rooms upstairs, that's for sure. Definitely gonna need to get those rooms sorted, but Dev Team A, they're doing what they need to do. Let's have a little look at Nbox Mobile and see how that's going. We'll outsource the reviews on that. We'll outsource some reviews on Bug Blocker as well and see what the general thoughts are on both of those. So Nbox Mobile currently sitting at 7.7, not bad. Bug Blocker currently sitting at 2.0, not amazing. Definitely not amazing, could be better. We will certainly sort that soon enough. Plain Tricks Online seems like it's having some trouble. Definitely seems like we need to get more people in the support team, which isn't ideal. I think we'll set that to be a bit of a higher priority job there than Nbox OS. We are also maybe going to want more cleaners. So let's hire 2 members of cleaning staff there who can come in at about 11 a.m. there to clean up the floors, because this place is absolutely filthy. Not really a big fan of the fact that it's absolutely filthy. We've got our canteen upstairs, of course. We have some cooks coming in to do what they need to do, preparing food and all of that. And these rooms are still filthy down here. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and get these meeting rooms then. Let's see if we can get something that's just going to be absolutely ridiculous. Because I'm thinking we just go for something like this, which is way too big, honestly, for an actual meeting room. But I think it's a bit of fun. It'll certainly do the job. It'll certainly give everybody, you know, enough space to get in here and listen to the boss at the end of the table saying what he has to say. So just a whole bunch of chairs around like this. Very tempted to just leave the rooms white because it looks kind of ominous almost. It looks very interesting, shall we say. We can get some plants in here just to decorate the place a little bit, make it have a bit of contrast, put a bit of green in there after all. We could certainly do with some lights in here as well, so let's get some lights just up at this end. That's not a light, that's a light there. So some lights there are going to be necessary. Get some lights over there as well. We can get some lights in those spots too. And we could get a widescreen TV. We absolutely could. So I'm thinking we put a live stream, widescreen TV just along those walls, sort of like that. Because why not? We'll get another one there just to, you know, make things look all luxurious and kind of fancy. We're gonna want some on these walls. Why is there a painting there? That absolutely wasn't meant. Okay, that's a bit weird. Let's just get these all in here. I feel like I've not spaced those out correctly. Yeah, the spacing's a bit weird on these. There we go. We have 2 enormous meeting rooms just at the top of this building. I do believe that was possibly... What team is that was in there having a meeting? That was customer support. Why was customer support in one of these giant rooms? That seems really strange. And then I assume this is... That's marketing in there. Okay. It certainly makes sense that marketing would want to go to a big room. There's the Dev Team A coming in there. Not bad, not bad. Let me just select me very quickly, because I'd like to set my chair to be the one at the head of the table. So that is going to be my chair specifically. And that's the way that's going to be. So now Dev Team A is done here doing their thing. They're doing a beautiful job, I hope. Nbox OS isn't really doing well at all, which is kind of disappointing. We have some deals available here. A couple of hosting deals, which I will absolutely take and put on the hosting server. We want to take that one. We want to take that one. And we certainly want to take that one as well. Now, I realize I haven't renamed the new server, which is probably something I should get around to doing. So if we go to servers here, we have server 0, which actually isn't as good as the hosting server, but it is better than the dev server. So we'll rename this to dev 2, I guess. Might as well. So that's dev 2. This is going to be renamed to just dev 1. Again, might as well. And there's currently nothing on dev 2, but eventually we can shift some stuff off onto it and give it some use. Now, Plain Tricks Online, I would like to... Oh, you've retired. What team were you on? You were a designer on Dev A. That's kind of annoying. 15.25 years, though. Not bad. Not bad at all. That's a good long time with the company there. Very, very long time indeed. I would like to get some reviews of Nbox Mobile, please. I'm also thinking it might be an idea to hire some cleaning to come in at about 5 p.m. to, well, let's say 6 p.m. to try and clean up a lot of this place, because it is absolutely filthy, and not a lot is getting done about it. So hopefully some cleaning can come in and sort this new building eventually, because it is absolutely disgusting, and it would be nice to sort that. So, Nbox Mobile, it is at a 7.7 still. The code looks okay. I'm strongly considering making a point of releasing it in its current state, but I did really want to get that up there to a 10 out of 10. I don't know if that's reasonable. I don't know if that's possible, but I'd really like to try and get it up there. Nbox OS is losing money consistently. Plain Tricks Online is still selling, and reasonably well. Plain Tricks Online with over 500,000 units sold with 5.8 million in profit. Certainly not bad. We still have units in stock as well, which isn't bad either. Nbox OS did sell, in the end, over 100,000 units. It still has over 1 million units in stock, though. We should probably look at distribution, actually. Oh, wow. We are not selling anywhere near as much on digital as we used to be. That's kind of disappointing. I think it's probably time to stop printing copies of Wave 4 there, because Wave 5 is out this December. We have Plain Tricks, which is still getting designed, interestingly. They're still working on Plain Tricks World, which is kind of interesting. Let's get Dev A working on that as well, because currently Dev A isn't actually doing anything. So giving Dev A some work on Plain Tricks World doesn't seem like the worst idea in the world. So hopefully that will get moved into development soon enough. It would certainly be nice. A couple of people by the water coolers there. We should probably get Dev B coming in at a more reasonable time, shouldn't we? That would probably be an idea, but we'll see. I mean, we have these rooms empty over here as well. Probably a good idea to maybe expand the game devs at this point. I don't know. It's a tricky one. Do I want to expand the game devs into this building a bit further, or do I want to move the game devs into a building like this? Because we could flatten this old building and get, like, you know, something else that looks a bit like this one, but, I don't know. I kind of like this building. I really do. I still like the look of this building. I think it just looks like an interesting structure. It looks like a studio. I have just noticed, actually, Nbox OS is back up and making money. So something has just released on that. Which is a bit strange that just out of nowhere something is suddenly released on. If we look at details, it's used in... Yeah, we've got a couple of releases on that. Which is kind of nice, actually. I mean, if you look here, the sales just died, and then they're back up a little bit. I mean, it did initially make 3.5 million and then nothing afterwards, but that's not terrible. That is not bad. We've made a little bit from that. Let's look at research for a second. Anything to research in here at all? Oh, hold on. We've got voxel sculpting and liquid simulation, both of which I would like to have everybody working on, because I would like both of those things. Audio tools, everything's there. Game engines, everything's there. But I absolutely want that stuff from the 3D things there. So let's just minimize all of this. We are still designing Plane Tricks World. Not really sure why we're spending so much time on that, but fair enough. Hopefully we can get the liquid simulation and the voxel sculpting, because those things are going to be very, very useful for 3D editors going forward, especially considering that I want to do a lot of stuff with 3D editors. I absolutely do. I've also realized that it might be a good idea to go and fill out the B team at the moment. I think I'm also going to go ahead and change up the B team so they do actually come in at 8 a.m. as well. And then they'd leave at 4 p.m. So we'll change it up like that. The B team currently has 20 people on it. It needs 21 programmers, 21 designers, and 12 artists. So at the moment, it has need for 13 more programmers, I believe. 2 will bring up to 10 and 11. Yeah, so 13 more programmers. It needs 15 more designers, and it's going to need what looks like 6 more artists. So 13, 15, and 6. Let's get it done. Okay, so Dev B now has 54 people, much in the same way that Dev A has 54 people. I've also changed things up so that Dev Team A is the only group working on NBox Mobile, where Dev B is working on Bug Blocker. Obviously, everyone, barring customer support, is working on the research as well. But my plan is, once the research is done, and once the Bug Blocker is done as well, we can go ahead and shift Dev B to start working on things for Mobile, because the idea is to ship NBox Mobile with a whole bunch of effectively first-party support. So we're going to have a bunch of software ready to go on NBox Mobile at the time of launch, which in theory should give it a very, very strong launch and have everyone going, oh my god, look at this, it's amazing. As opposed to, well, it's great, but what do I do with it? That's the plan, anyway. I don't know if that'll work, but I certainly hope that it will. Still making money on Plane Tricks Online. Plane Tricks Online, of course, having issues with customer support because we can't keep up with it, but we'll figure that out eventually. We can figure out some solution to that. Let's have a look then at the reviews of NBox Mobile and also Bug Blocker. Bug Blocker, honestly, I do want to get it out there. Oh, we're at an 8.1 on this. Nice. I do want to get Bug Blocker out there, but it is just pretty bad, and there's so much potential because there's like 12 million potential consumers for Bug Blocker that it doesn't really make sense to half-ass it, to be honest. It doesn't make sense to go, hey, let's just sort of do this. But the counter to that is that number of consumers is exactly the reason that I could get away with potentially half-assing it, because they're going to buy it anyway. And we have a pretty good reputation as well. We've got 8.5 million fans, as you can see up here at the top. And actually, people really love our audio tools. Speaking of which, we actually do have Wave 5 releasing next month. Plane Tricks, of course, still in the design phase. That's remarkable. Why is that still in the design phase? I guess we are spending 250% time on development. Can we get like 200% there? It's spending so long in that design phase. It's kind of ridiculous. Either way, I'm very curious to see what Wave 5 is going to end up doing for the company. I'm curious to see if it's going to be another absolute hit, much in the same way that Wave 4 was, because Wave 4 wasn't it? Wave 4 was, yeah, 41 million pounds with almost 750,000 units sold. Plane Tricks Online actually 815,000 units sold. Not bad at all. 500,000 units of Wave 5 are in stock. We probably want to start printing Wave 5 as well. We could probably stop printing Plane Tricks Online as well, now that I think about it. So we'll see what happens. Wave 6 is already in the design phase, which is interesting, to say the least. Plane Tricks World still in design as well. Wave 6 is now in development for release in November 2001. Fair enough. I feel like Plane Tricks just isn't moving into development. That is really strange. Either way, we're sitting on £156 million currently. Wave 5 cost £875,000 to make. How much is that going to make in its first month? We're going to find out. I'm not going to see the, we're just going to see the profit. And that's really all I'm interested in. Oh, wow. That's not bad. 20,000 units, £98. That's not bad at all, actually. I want to have a little look at this. What's the review? So it's looking okay for the price. We should port it to modern operating systems. We can do that. We can totally do that. It's also considered good quality, which is better than the last one. Let's port it to whatever we can, really. So we've got the OS. I mean, is there anything here? It's not on that with 2.9 million active users. So yeah, we might as well port it to a lot of that. We've got £8,000 for that license there. Jesus. Sure thing. We'll get it ported to all of those. 14 operating systems is what it's being ported to. That's going to take a while, but it seems like that would probably be a good idea to get it onto those. Although it is being done. There we go. It's just being done kind of slowly. Let's set that to be a high priority thing to get it done as quick as we possibly can. Let's get Dev B on that as well, so it can maybe be done even quicker. And there we go. It is now on almost 14 different operating systems. We're on £158 million currently. What is that going to go up to? That is going to go up to 162. Jesus. Did that by any chance? Yeah, that's on 3.3 million. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. I mean, I'm not complaining in the sense that I'm not complaining in the traditional sense. I'm just complaining of the ridiculousness on show here. Oh, we're finally developing Plane Tricks World. It's not coming out until September 2002, though. Wow, that's a lengthy process. That is a lengthy one. Let's patent these so I can get some royalties off of those at some point. Let's get some reviews of Bug Blocker, which I'm going to be honest, I kind of want to release sooner as opposed to later. Same with Nbox Mobile. Let's see what people think of those. So, Bug Blocker is at a 4.3. Mobile is at an 8.2. Okay, well here's the thing. We can't release Nbox Mobile until we actually have things for it. I think that's the rule I'm going to set myself. The problem is, well, actually, you know what? This could line up perfectly, because my idea was that around 2005, I would put a big focus on mobile development. What if we did that kind of going into the new millennium? What if we aim to have Nbox Mobile release at, say, the end of 2001, maybe mid-2002, so it can be as good as possible, and that also gives us plenty of time to develop for it. And then what we can do is go ahead and set up project management to take over Nbox Mobile, so that we can have a new one releasing at, the highest quality possible as frequently as possible, and then all we need to do is focus on making things for it. That seems like it could be an interesting idea. So we'll see what happens there. We'll absolutely see what happens there. I'm very, very curious to see what way things end up going here. Very, very curious indeed. Either way, ladies and gents, I'm actually going to leave it there for today. So thank you kindly for watching. We've managed to make some considerable cash already. Over 6 million in profit on Wave 5 is just absolutely nuts. Wave 6 is in development as we speak, for release in November of 2001, then September 2002's Plane Tricks World. It's either going to be amazing or dire. There's no real way of knowing here, but we will find out once it releases. let's take those couple of hosting jobs just there. And yeah, that's going to be it for today. So thank you kind of for watching. This has been Software Inc. Alpha 9 Part 7. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!